Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to review Walking Dead World Beyond season premiere.
Great. Yeah, guys. Wow, we really enjoyed it.
I did.
I thought it was really good.
I did.
I don't there were some areas that I think they're going to expand on. And we'll go over that in the review, but overall, we thought it was really good.
Yeah, we heard chatter before this that it was, it was iffy, or some people didn't really,
care about the characters.
I loved it.
It was good. Now, we do admit that they do need to get into the character backstories a little bit more. We kind of got the backstory of Hope and Iris. Silas is one that we really need a backstory. We kind of heard at the beginning of the episode. When when Iris goes to talk to him, there's girls chatting in the background saying, "Did you hear what he did back in Omaha? He should be in jail." So, and you kind of mentioned when he says that when he wants to go, he doesn't want to be known for what people think of him here. So something happened back in Omaha that maybe he did something bad and people are holding it against him, but we need more backstory on that, but I think we're going to get it.
Yeah, it seems like, so he was a janitor when we met him, right? And it seems
he
like...
He does janitorial work.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So it seems like whatever he had done in Omaha, this is the repercussion of that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be... We want to know more about Silas and why people think the way he is right now. So we just got to know more about that. The big revelation that we did get in this episode was with Elton. His mother was killed, his mother was the pregnant woman who shot Hope and Iris's mother. Mm-hmm. And then Hope picked up the weapon, but because of the bang in the background behind her, it startled her and she pulled the trigger by accident. So when those two talk on their journey and they figure this out, that's going to be a powerful moment. That
is going to be a very powerful moment. It's who's going to be, obviously more angry at, I'm thinking it's Elton.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably really pissed at Hope.
And we did the synopsis for all the episodes, and I know there is an episode talking where there's friction going on in the group. Like the group is talking about their backstories. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to come up in one of those episodes. So that is insane.
Look, Hope is not in the wrong. I mean, she legitimately got spooked and accidentally pulled the trigger. It was an accident.
She tried to run. She ran at his mother, not to attack her, but to say, "Hey, I want to get in this truck so we can all leave." Mm-hmm. I mean, luckily, of course, she didn't shoot her, but do
you think the mother's in the wrong?
It was a moment of panic. I can understand. You can understand kind of both sides. I mean, she's panicking. She's pregnant. Yeah. She's trying to get to her family. It's chaos.
Well, absolutely. I mean, under the circumstances, I think that this was just an unfortunate incident. Now, the problem is you have Hope and Elton, who are very, very young, and they're not going to be able to really process that. All they're going to be filled with is anger because of that event.
Especially with Hope, because she was the one who witnessed it. Iris didn't see it.
You mean Elton? Elton didn't see it.
No, Hope. Iris didn't see it.
I get you. I just mean from the perspective of Elton.
Oh, Elton as well. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, he didn't see it either.
No.
So
he just knows that they weren't together.
He's going to be, in my opinion, he's going to be more angry because here's someone that just killed his mother.
Right. Exactly. It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna make for an awkward conversation.
Yeah, guys, and also we'll get into a little bit of this. We won't go in depth because we do have another video discussing CRM or the Civic Republic and what their plan is. But we got a lot of interesting stuff in this. So they have an alliance. It's called the Alliance of Three: Omaha, Portland, and the Civic Republic. No one knows where the Civic Republic is.
That was huge, guys.
Huge.
Very huge on multiple levels. Not just for the series itself, but it leads into Rick.
Yeah.
And we're discussing that possibly in another video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they have this, they mentioned the science exchange is very important to the future. And, Felix and Huck, they're soldiers in CRM. And I believe Felix was sent, I think they were both sent from Omaha. But they mentioned about that this is because they sent their dad there, Hope and Iris's dad, this is the first time they've sent somebody in their borders. And according to Hope, or to Iris, they don't let people in, they don't let people out. And we kind of heard that too from Fear the Walking Dead as well.
Isabel.
From Isabel. And it's so intriguing of what their plan is. They have another one called the Four Corners Agreement. We don't know the specifics on that either, but
I can't even fathom to guess what that would be.
Four corners of what? United States?
You and I talked about that when we heard that in the trailer, and our assumption was the 4 communities.
We only know of 3.
We only know of 3, though. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
4 corners of something. I don't know.
Well, there's 4. Campus community, right? Assuming that's
they're kind of a subset,
campus community, Omaha, Portland, CRM.
Yeah, but they're kind of. I think the campus community is more of like a subset, but you could be right. It could be the 4 corners. Yeah. So the psychiatrist was talking about to Iris, saying that there's 9,000 people here. Now she said here. Now I took it as 9,000 people in the campus colony. Or was she talking 9,000 combined between Omaha and campus colony? Mm-hmm. Now, when Hope was talking with Huck in the kind of gymnasium, she says, I want to go see Omaha. I want to go see the city. It's 10 times bigger than this place. Now, is she talking 10 times bigger, meaning people, or just because it's a city, of course, it's going to be 10 times bigger?
You know, I think that there's 9,000 people in campus colony. And because if it's 10 times bigger, then we're going to go 90,000 in Omaha, right? Yeah. And that kind of fits.
Right.
Because Omaha, if I'm not mistaken, I could be very wrong on this. I'm from Omaha, I could still be wrong population. On this. I think it's in the 200,000 to 300,000.
Yeah.
Or I think it's in the 3 to 4, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
either way,
I'm from Omaha. I'm probably getting that wrong. But anyway, it's a larger, it's a average size city.
Yeah.
So you got to think, if an outbreak happens, a majority of that city is going to get wiped out. So 90,000, I think, fits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
either way, I mean, what we learned. I loved that that Iris kind of stood up to Elizabeth Kublek, Lieutenant Colonel, saying that she doesn't trust her. The colonel was trying to gain her trust by giving them a map of New York, saying he's somewhere in New York State.
Oh man,
just go.
And let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because if you've seen our reaction, which you probably have by now, we're sitting here like, okay, Kublek comes on, Lieutenant comes on the scene, and you're like, okay, this person's not right. Mm-hmm. Something's wrong about this.
Yeah.
But then you see this lighter side to her, and you're like, wow. She's actually good. They're just not understanding her.
Yeah. We were like, are we supposed to be liking her right now?
Like, I like her.
Yeah.
But we'll get onto the, later on in the review on how that changes. And you obviously know. But anyway, I loved that dynamic of it. I especially loved Iris flipping her off.
Yeah. Oh, Hope.
Hope. Yeah, sorry.
Hope. But yeah, I think you mentioned in our reaction that you kind of felt that it was kind of rushed for them to leave. And it was a little bit. I mean, I kind of thought it was going to go that way. They weren't going to spend too much time in campus colony. They were going to get on the road and get going. Mm-hmm. 1,100 miles, 2 seasons, they got to get going. And so, I mean, I understand what you meant where, I thought we were at least going to have maybe the first episode still in campus colony and then maybe second episode move. But no,
it did feel...
It was fast-paced.
It was fast-paced. It felt just a little rushed, but that's only because, look, and I said this in our review, there's 2 seasons, so they gotta get through this quick.
Yeah.
And, we did get a lot of information with them in the campus colony.
We did.
We get Iris, who is having these nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Having this huge regret of what happened with her mother, and Hope having to see that, and that drives her decisions.
Yeah,
right. So from everything from, you can see she struggles. Like, people think that she should pursue her dream and be an artist, but here she's wanting to be more responsible and become that president of the student.
Yeah. President of the student body, and not freeze again, because she said she froze and she's never going to freeze again.
Yeah.
And that's why she's been taking that guilt with her all these years.
She's taking that guilt, and it's pushing her to make the decisions that she's making. And I think that's great. They stayed on that. We got that development. And then, of course, we get the development of what's happening with her father.
Yeah. So he's whatever he's doing, he's in a research facility. You know, he's potentially working on the cure from what they've said. And, you know, the overall plan of the Civic Republic for the Lieutenant Colonel is, you know, we're going to go deeper in a different video, but by the end of this episode was really insane. And we had our mouths wide open because we just thought maybe they had a walker attack. They were just finishing them off. They destroyed the campus colony.
They destroyed it.
It's gone.
And you could see little tidbits of that happening in the beginning of the series where the lieutenant tells Iris, we've only brought in one helicopter. Uh-huh. Hope sees 4 of them coming in with crates attached to them. Yeah. Like, putting those two together, like, they brought in an arsenal. And they knew what they were going to do. They knew they were going to wipe this colony out.
And it kind of seemed like she gave them the head start, the push to get out of there, because the one CRM soldier says they couldn't find her. Now, he only said her, not them. So I would imagining he's only... You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking they really only wanted Iris because she's actually studying scientific stuff just like her father.
Well, I mean, and you're absolutely right. That is a excellent point, man, because what did she do? She was throwing this party. What did she make? Alcohol. And whose attention did that grab? The lieutenant's.
Well, no, I'm talking about Iris. That's Hope.
God damn it. That's going to happen. Maybe they're going for Hope.
I'm thinking they're going for Iris because Iris, she mentioned when she was talking with Hope in the beginning of the episode that she was studying necrotic tissue. She's studying the walkers. So I think that she's going through the same scientific stuff that her father is. So I'm thinking that the Civic Republic wants to also use Iris in conjunction with their father to see if they can work together to work this out.
I don't know, man. Because
that's just what bugs me. He only said her, not them.
I love that. I do love that theory. Yeah. But you could say the same thing on the other side.
You could say the same thing for Hope. I mean, she's scientific as well.
This is going to plague me through this whole series.
The names?
I do it with Ben and Henry on The Walking Dead. I'm going to do it with Iris and Hope.
I'm always here to help you with names, bro.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I think it could be cool.
She was fascinated with her ability to create the alcohol.
Yeah, she was.
So there's that too. So that's true. We don't know who she was talking about.
Yeah.
And I love that. That leads to the mystery. There's one other thing I want to talk about, and that is I have always wondered in the universe of The Walking Dead how a well brought together community, an advanced community, deals with their living but on the verge of dying. And we got that answer.
Oh, so cool.
It was amazing.
It's sad.
It's sad.
But it's cool.
And it's unfortunate. Yeah. But it's awesome. So what they do is if you are sick and if you are terminal or they think that you could pass away, you are brought to a different facility that has a door that locks from the outside.
The outside. And it's a heavy, heavy gate. And as we saw with her, the woman, as she died and she turned and
the psychiatrist.
They're able to contain it. So it's not like where we've seen in, the Walking Dead main series in Alexandria and the prison where somebody turns and they just start going on a chomping spree and turning everyone else. No, they contain it. Not to say that somebody still couldn't, pass away.
Have a heart attack.
Exactly.
It can still happen. But you're reducing the threat.
You are.
And I loved that because I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I finally got an answer for it. And now this is just the campus community. Imagine what CRM does.
Oh, their cities? Yeah. We don't know how big Portland is, but I think Portland, Oregon's pretty large.
Yeah.
So, a lot of great stuff, a lot of mystery. I think the CRM and Civic Republic are probably the greatest mysterious group in the Walking Dead universe. They really are.
Well, let's talk about the kid's journey real quick.
Yeah.
So they get out, the Triceratops horn.
That was part of the reveal. Very interesting, though.
Come on, though.
What? You're not down for that?
Tie that onto a stick and hope it holds? Come on.
It's a Triceratops horn, bro. It's millions of years old.
Now, we know that they said it's 1,100 miles to New York. That's where they're going to see their father.
Right.
But where? On foot. So my thinking is we believe, and I think they even said it, they're going to go to Omaha first. Mm-hmm. and then they're going to make their way to New York. Now, they might find some different way of transportation once they get to the main city, because they might not have the means to get transportation in campus community without getting recognized.
And that'll be interesting too, is how do the other cities deal with outsiders? You know, does Omaha know who they are? Then they might know who Felix and Huck are, even though they're wearing a jacket that has a CRM logo on it. They may not know these kids. So what's their protocol of allowing people in? Mm-hmm. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see when they get to Omaha. Yeah, it might not be for a couple of episodes. It might not even be this season.
They might go around it.
Well, how far is it? They
said it's Huck said it's 100 miles.
Okay, so depending on what happens and the adversity that they get along the way, we very well may get them arriving in Omaha by the end of the season.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. The big talking points.
I mean, I'm sure we missed some stuff, but
it's all right.
All in all, guys, I love it.
We're in.
I do.
We're definitely in. Yeah. It's going to be great. We hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and let us know in the comments what you think. But stay tuned. We have 2 more videos that are kind of deep diving in a couple other areas of the Pacific Republic and an Easter egg possibly from Fear of the Walking Dead. And so stay tuned for that. We're super excited for that. So yeah, make sure you give the video a quick like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Stay tuned for more Walking Dead World Beyond from us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.